flesh. Last night we actually talked about the real essence of the strange flesh. If you have not listened to the lesson, go listen to the lesson on fallen angels. Amen. Brothers and sisters, to bring forth balance, you need to do what? Not judge unjustly. And that's why judgment is given to you, sons and men of God. Amen. Sons and daughters of God, judgment is given to you. Even God was telling us that we will be the ones to do what? Judge angels. So if you want to establish balance, even here on this earth, in your life, be someone that can judge right. Unbiasedly, no matter even if your family member is involved, say auntie, uncle, mom, dad, even if it's your mother, I'm not going to back you in this matter. This matter is wrong. This matter is not what it's supposed to be. Judge rightly. But you don't have that with many Christians today. They're very biased. Very, very biased. Even you, ask yourself, certain situations that you have been faced with, when you judge it, were you biased? That is the way to establish what? Balance. That's number one. Unjust judgment is what brings the conflict of balance. Amen. Too many Christians are living an imbalanced life, and that is true. You see them well decorated in church with eyelashes, makeup, everything that looks so beautiful. You see the men nicely dressed, smells good, haircut, but an imbalanced life. By the reason of this message today, and by the reason of our most esteemed coming to speak to us today, receive a balanced life. By the spirit of our Father, Daddy Joshua and Gila, receive a balanced life. Amen. God bless you all, brothers and sisters. Amen. Thank you, sweet Holy Spirit of God. Receive an imbalanced life. Let your spiritual filter be turned on.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Talk to the Lord. Let's bow our heads and talk to the Lord. Lisa prate. Masata prate leboko sakata. Rasata prate. Leki pushata prates. He holds all power in his hands, from everlasting forever. Everlasting is his throne. He holds all power in his hands. You are the God of everything. He holds all power in his hand, from everlasting, from everlasting is his throne. He holds all power in his hands. You are the God of everything. Oh, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. All power in his hand, from everlasting, from everlasting is his throne. He holds all power in his hands. You are the God of everything. Oh, you are the God of everything. God of everything. Oh, you are the God of everything. God of everything. Talk to him. Tell him. You are the God of everything. Therefore, every burden in my life, every challenge in my life, oh God of everything, please take it away from my life. Take it away from my life. Every difficulty in my job, in my finances, in my ministry, in my health, in the lives of my children, their education. Oh God of everything, take it away, take it away, oh God, take it away. Help me, Lord, help me, Lord. Lord, anything that is not of you in my life, Father, please take it away. Talk to him. He is the God of everything. Father, anything that is not of you in any area of my life, Lord, please take it away. Any deposit of the enemy in my body, in my finances, in my bank account, in my health, in the lives of my children, in my mind, oh God of everything, please take it away. Reveal mysteries to me tonight. Talk to me tonight. Take all the glory, Lord. Blessed be your holy name. In Jesus' name. Father, we thank you. We give you all the glory, the maker of the heavens and the earth, and the seas and everything that in them is. Lord, you are worthy to receive all glory. Lord, we thank you, O God of everything. Thank you for answered prayers. Lord, reveal secrets to us. May our hearts induct a good matter. And may we leave this class better than the way we came. Thank you for the testimonies. Thank you for magnifying your holy name. In Jesus' name. Amen. Champion, shout fire! Shout oh. Amen. The only word, anointing. Amen and amen. We thank the Holy Spirit for the privilege to be here. Say amen. Say thank you, Holy Spirit. And also we thank our Father, Papa. Say we love you, Papa. Yes. And our Papa, we had the privilege to talk to him, and he said no coronavirus will come near our dwelling place. He said it will never come near our dwelling place. Praise God. So you just be rest assured as a member of this ministry, that plague will never come near your dwelling. Because we are the spiritual Goshen. We are the spiritual Goshen.
Yes, sir.
While Moses was attacking the other part of Egypt, the children of Israel were enjoying the blessings of God in the same Egypt called Goshen.
Yes, sir.
So we are in Goshen. Say we are in Goshen. So no matter what we hear in the news, we just know it can't come near our dwelling. Why? Because we are in Goshen. Say we are in Goshen. Yes. And you heard what our Papa said, even in the teachings, that God is trying to let the rulers of this world know that He is the one in charge. And we told you who is behind it. And it is true. But anyway, that's not our business for today. We're looking at our subject, knowing the truth.
Knowing the truth.
Say knowing the truth. Say it like you mean it. Knowing the truth. He says, you shall know the truth.
Yes, sir.
Jesus said. And the truth shall know. It didn't say set you free. It shall make you.
Yes, sir.
That means it shall construct you.
I receive.
It shall take you back to what you were originally born to be. Do you understand? So a man who does not know the truth can never fulfill purpose.
Yes, sir.
And you can't know the truth in science.
Yeah.
There is a truth in science, but not the one Jesus was talking about.
Right.
He says the truth you know will bring you freedom.
Yes, sir.
Alitia.
Yes, sir.
Alitia.
Hallelujah.
There's a precious sister, ever since she started hearing these lessons, when she's even sending me a text message, she'll say, my Alitia told me to do this. And it's amazing
My truth.
that the things her Alitia tells her is so accurate. They always work. I say, man, this thing is working in our life.
Yes,
Because we said Alitia can be a force.
Yes.
It will just make you know something.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Or you
sir.
find yourself standing in the place and you say, what am I doing here? And later on, you will not discover why you were standing there.
Original plan. Yes, sir.
Aletheia.
Hallelujah.
Jesus said, you shall know Aletheia. Aletheia means straightforwardness. It means sincerity. It means what you were originally supposed to be. Which means the people he was talking to were not what they were born to be. So he came to make them become what they were supposed to be. He said, you shall know the truth.
I receive.
You see that? Imagine if I had relied on the English language I studied in my first degree. I probably would have ended up as a teacher. And I did teach, actually. I did teach. I would have just been a school teacher.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Right.
Living at the mercy of the principal
Exactly.
or school superintendent.
Right.
And then, of course, by God's mercies, I did a master's degree, actually 2, in corporate finance and business strategy. And so, again, I would have been at the mercy
Exactly.
of what I was doing.
Exactly.
Right.
But irrespective of what you are doing now, you can succeed in it and not be at the mercy of it. You understand?
And not be at the mercy.
I receive.
Do you understand what I said? That you can succeed
Yes, sir.
in what you are currently doing right now and not be at the mercy of it. Do you understand? That's the first thing I learned when I became a Christian. Never to be at the mercy of anyone.
Yes, sir. Never to be at the mercy.
It's something, it's the most pitiable condition
It's
Yes, sir.
very pity.
to ever be in. That's one thing I first learned. The person who got me born again taught me that. I've never forgotten. Never ever be at the mercy of anyone.
Never
Because
ever be
a
at the
Christian
mercy of anyone.
is never supposed to be at the mercy of anyone. Even when they arrested Jesus before Pontius Pilate,
Yes, sir.
even in his moment of distress,
Yes, sir.
and Pontius Pilate said, do you know I can save you? He said, you cannot.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You think I'm at your mercy? You can't.
Ah, Lord.
Even when Jesus desperately needed help,
Yes, sir.
I mean, didn't he cry out, why have thou forsaken me?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But he refused
Yes, sir.
to be at the mercy. Say it. Say, I will never be at the mercy of anyone.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying you can't help me, but I will never be at your mercy. Now, sometimes when we talk this way, people think we are arrogant. No, we are confident. It's a being confident of this very thing. Wow. In the realm of the spirit, I feel very light. You understand? Being confident of this very thing. That he who had begun a good work is faithful. He didn't just say he will complete it. He said he is faithful. Faithful means he is committed.
Yes.
You have become his project.
Yes,
Say God is committed to me. You know, traditional Christianity teaches us that we should be committed to God. Man has never been fully faithful. No human being has ever been. But God is.
Yes,
God is.
God is. Say God is faithful to me. He's faithful to me.
God is faithful to me.
That is why I'm not at the mercy of anyone. Did you ever read in Hebrews chapter 11 that even when the Lord brought deliverance for some of his vessels,
Yes, sir.
the Bible says they rejected
Yes,
it.
sir.
Right.
Not that they were telling God they were not at his mercy, but they just said to the Lord, no need.
Exactly.
Right.
The Bible says because the world,
Did not deserve.
this world,
Yes, sir.
was not worthy of them.
Yes, sir.
Yet they were not born of angels, biologically born,
Yes, sir.
but they grew in a consciousness.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
That created an understanding in
Yes,
them
sir.
that they were too good for this world.
Yes, sir.
So how can they be at the mercy of men?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? Say I'm not at the mercy of anyone. That is why being fortunate is an insult.
Exactly.
To a
I'm
Christian.
not fortunate.
Yes, sir.
It's an insult to be
Yes,
fortunate.
sir.
Yes.
I am not fortunate.
The first day, the first time I ever said that to somebody, the person said you are fortunate. I said don't ever insult me again.
Exactly.
Say I'm not fortunate.
I am not fortunate.
It's an insult
Right.
for a Christian to be fortunate.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, maybe you are, but I'm
I
not.
am not fortunate.
I've never been fortunate
I've
in my life.
never been fortunate.
Do you know what it means to be fortunate?
No, sir.
It means you are at the mercy of someone.
Never.
I've never been fortunate in my life. It's an insult for a Christian to be fortunate.
Yes, sir.
That's why Jesus said, know the truth. When you know the
This is
truth,
my Alethea.
you are Alethea.
Yes, sir.
You will be free. You will not be seeking for fortune. You will not be looking for what can make you fortunate.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because to be fortunate is an insult.
It is.
It's an insult. It's a mockery to the God who made you a new creation. A Christian is never supposed to be fortunate.
Exactly, sir.
You see, your success as a Christian
Yes, sir.
was a carefully deliberated, designed
Yes, sir.
plan
We receive.
for your life.
Yes, sir.
So what you're actually calling fortunate was what was designed in you.
Exactly.
It was designed.
Yes,
The Bible says, Jeremiah the prophet said to them on God's behalf, my thoughts towards you, they are thoughts of peace
Right.
and not of evil,
Right.
to give you a clear plan, a clear plan and a desired future. That's actually what was written in the Hebrew. A clear plan.
Clear plan.
Do you understand? And then the future you desire. Does that look like you are fortunate? Or you are the one orchestrating it? And God gave you the authority. Just like the way you chose to wear the dress you're wearing, the shoes you're wearing. You see, is that being fortunate?
No.
So the Christian is not a fortunate person.
Exactly, sir.
So anyone who tells you you are fortunate insulted you. Insulted the dignity of your Christianity.
Right.
It's not arrogance, it's just the truth.
Yes, sir.
See, listen, people like us, I can say these things because I've already seen the worst. I came from the worst. Do you understand? I've eaten rotten food before. And I'll never eat it again.
Exactly. Amen.
Maybe then I would have been fortunate. Not now that the Lord were working in the consciousness, the Alethea.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Right.
You know, again, what some Christians actually define as favor is being fortunate. They think favor is when you are fortunate.
True.
Favor, being fortunate and being favored are two opposite things. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
To be fortunate will mean you never deserved and never qualified for what you got. Someone intervened on your behalf.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which means, therefore, if that was the case, because somebody intervened on your behalf to be fortunate, that means you are heading for an unfortunate future. Because the person will not always be there. The person will not always be there.
Yes, sir. It's true.
You see that?
Right.
So anything man does for you
It's true.
that made you fortunate,
Yes.
that same person, when the person is gone, you will be very unfortunate. But when God does something for you, you understand? That's the favor of
That's the
God,
favor of God. I receive
the
it.
charis of God.
Yes, sir.
And then when angels
Yes.
step in to help
Yes,
you,
sir.
it is the charito
Yes,
of God.
Yes,
Do you understand? So with charis and charito,
Yes, sir.
how can you live a fortunate life?
It's not possible.
You can't. So say, praise God, oh. Hey, Sister Nkechi was fortunate to marry Reverend Callistus. No, man, no. She's favored.
Yes, sir.
Was Mary even looking to be fortunate? An angel interrupted her day. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's a usual routine she lived every day of her life. Nothing spectacular, nothing supernatural. Until the angel interrupted her regular day. Do you understand? And made that day an extraordinary day. Was King David fortunate? He was in the bush. He was in the bush. An ordinary day when the prophet came.
Yes, sir.
And when the prophet came, wonderful. King David didn't even know that the boss himself has discussed him with the prophet. You understand? The guy just woke up thought that that day was going to be like the previous day, every other day. Meanwhile, God had already discussed it with the prophet, Samuel the seer. Samuel the seer never knew anything about David, never knew such a family ever existed in Israel. But God himself, do you understand, had a plan, a clear plan, and a desired future. So would you say King David was fortunate to marry King Saul's daughter? No! King David was not fortunate to be an in-law to the king because he was born and anointed to be king. Do you understand? So you see, to be fortunate is far beneath you. Do you understand? What they are telling you are fortunate about, you are far above. Do you understand? King David asked, what will be given to anyone who kills Goliath? He said, the family will be free from paying tax. Yes. Isn't that fortunate? Yes. Because King Saul already made the decree. Whoever kills Goliath, the family will be free from paying tax. That's one. Then we marry the king's beautiful daughter. Wow. Yeah, with all these offers, none of them could lift a stone at Goliath. Can you imagine? Just to marry the king's daughter. King David said, don't worry. Yes. I will do this thing. I mean, I slapped a lion before. Yes. You know, when King David narrated the story to King Saul.
Yes. Yes.
So men have lived. when he was narrating his resume,
yes, sir,
to King Saul, yes, he said, actually, I attacked a lion and a bear. Yes. He said, with the case, the case concerning the lion, when the lion charged after my sheep, yes, I slapped him, yes, and I warned him, yes, so I let him go. Yes. Yeah. You understand?
Yes, sir.
He said it was when the lion came back that are now heading by the bears. Yes, he said the lion had bears, yes, and then I killed him. Yes. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. I like it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How can you say such a person is a fortunate person? Do you understand? No, but there was a plan.
There was a plan.
Jesus said, imagine you telling Jesus, you are fortunate to be the son of God. Jesus said, man, that's an insult. And that's what he was trying to tell them. You see, they saw themselves as far beneath God. Jesus said, but it is written in your law, you are God's. Come on, man. How can you be living below your core? That's how many Christians live. And when they hear some of us talk like this, when they hear some of us talk like they say we are being arrogant. We are being braggadocious. What is there to brag about? This is our nature. That's why we say we have already seen the worst. You understand? Have you not seen the worst yet? Okay, at least we are even living in the season of the worst. You understand? Yet it did not affect you.
Yes, exactly.
But you have seen it happen. Yes. He said, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, right? 10,000 at thy right hand. He's talking about plague. It shall not come near you. He said, only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked. So we have already seen the worst. So how can you be fortunate? That's why we said the one who makes you fortunate will end up making you unfortunate. Say, I'm not fortunate, but I live in the favor of God. Because I was fortunate I escaped the accident. Shut up. That's not. I just want to praise God. Don't come and share that kind of testimony here. I tell you, if you do this, I don't know how to collect the mic from you. She will sing a song for you. I tell you. Go and sit down. All right. Jesus said you shall know the truth. Aletheia. You know what it was originally supposed to be. And because you didn't know it, that's why you thought you were fortunate. Do you understand? Now you get the picture now. But then again, we saw another word again for truth, which we looked at in John chapter 5, verses 31. Jesus said, if I testify of myself, then my testimony is not true. The word true there is the word aletheis, which is what? Credibility.
Yes, sir.
He said it is not credible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Jesus said if you are trying to defend yourself concerning what you were accused of, no matter how you try to narrate it, men will not consider it credible.
It's true.
Right.
So somebody else has to testify
Yes,
on my behalf.
Yes, sir. Yes,
He says, and
sir.
that one, whatever they say, is credible.
Yes.
And we saw in our last class with the woman by the well,
Yes.
and we began to explain to you the difference between morality and credibility.
Yes,
People think that people who are morally excellent
Yes.
are credible people.
Yes.
No, but the woman with by the well, Jesus said, if you knew the gift of God, John chapter 4 verses 10, and he that tells you, give me water to drink, you will ask him for water, and he will give you water to drink, and you will never thirst again. Well, the lady said, well, give me that water then. Then Jesus said, go call your husband. Oh, she said, I have no husband. Jesus said, you have well said that you have no husband, because you have had 5 husbands, and the one that is with you is not your husband. Now, it does that look like she's highly immoral woman? No. Does that look like a role model to daughters of men? No. Please answer now. 5 husbands with a boyfriend now. They are doing trial marriage now this time around. Do you understand? She don't want to be fully committed because Jesus looks like the 7th guy coming into her life now. And they are meeting by the way this time around. Do you understand? Free from public eyes. By the way.
Yes.
Come on,
That's a great ambiance.
So you now. Sister Alina, you know those love songs by the way. I mean, that woman should have been saying, "Free my cup, Lord." I lift it up, Lord. No. But Jesus said, you've had 5 husbands.
Yes, sir.
And the one that is with you is not your husband.
Yes, sir.
And in this you have well said
Yes, sir.
that you have no husband. He said, because of this you are true.
Yes.
And that word true there means what? Credible. Jesus, you just outlined
A whole entire life.
her entire marital life.
Yes, sir.
The pitfalls in it. There is no alitia in her marital life. She's not free.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes.
She doesn't know the truth that can make her enjoy marital bliss. Do you understand? There's no alitia in the marriage. But Jesus said, this woman has alitis.
Yes, sir.
She's credible. So it is possible. You can see a woman who does not have a glorious, grandiose marital life and think, hey, these are marine spirits. These are satanic attacks. These are this. If you notice, Jesus did not attribute those pitfalls to marine spirits or witchcraft. He said to the woman, you are credible.
Yes.
It's just unfortunate that you don't have alitia.
Yes.
Because if you did have alitia, you see, that kind of woman was a woman who saw any man who comes into her life. She saw herself as being fortunate for a man to look at. Do you understand? Jesus said, you are more than this. Madam, you are credible. Do you understand? Those men who came into her life saw themselves as doing her a favor. They're doing you a favor. You see that? And the reason why she could actually accept whoever came her way was because there was no alitia. You see that? You know, somebody got a new job and the person told us and we said, tell the person, let them pay you so amount. We said, brothers, I can lose this job. We said, you will not lose this job. Increase the pay. Man, you are far more than this.
Yes.
And the person increased the pay. They said, we'll get back to you. I said, they will accept you. And they accepted. They told the person they will even give the person more at the end of the year. You see, because the person initially did not have the alitia. We already saw the alitia. Do you understand? But the person didn't want to rock the boat. You know, I don't want to lose this opportunity. Just take what you are giving. Do you understand? No condition is permanent. You know, there's just little here, little there. I can complement this with a second job. No! Jesus says, stop it. Stop it, madam. You are credible. Even though there is no alitia. And it's not your fault. It was because you didn't have the right teachers to teach you. That's why I said, what's the point having a pastor who cannot bring you alitia? So that your life can come back to what it was originally supposed to be. Say, I'm not a fortunate Christian.
I'm not a fortunate Christian.
No Christian is supposed to be fortunate. Because if you are heading on the path of being fortunate, you will soon be very unfortunate. Because the guy or the woman who made you a fortunate person will soon leave or die. Or something bad will happen to them. So let's just expect the worst. That's why I don't put my trust in men. No, you are saying it the wrong way. Listen, you know, fools, say fools. Fools, foolish Christians like to quote the scripture that says, don't put your trust in any man. Right? Yes, if you do, the arm of flesh will fail you and all that. If that's the case, what are you doing here?
Lord.
What are you doing here? So they invited me. Okay, start going. No. If you read it in context, you understand why he said don't trust anyone at that time.
Yes.
But there are men you can trust who can show you the path of life. Didn't you read? It says believe the prophet and you will prosper. You know what it means to believe the prophet? To put your trust in the prophet and say that you will see prosperity in your life.
Amen.
Okay, this God you want to trust, have you seen him?
No.
Do you know what he looks like?
No.
If he's wearing a red hat now with a cricket bat, would you recognize him? So how can you trust the one you have not seen?
Exactly.
Jesus met a guy who requested a leper who called on him for help to heal him. Jesus came and said, do you believe I'm able to do that? The guy said, I believe. Yet, he was seeing Jesus for the first time. He had already heard, but believed. The woman with the issue of blood believed. Okay, somebody said, but that's Jesus. Okay, Apostle Peter. The Bible says, him walking on the street. Just by walking on the street, they put people who were demon possessed on the streets. Those with all manner of infirmities. If by chance his shadow,
Yes, sir.
they didn't even trust the guy, they trusted his shadow. Shadow. Is that not madness? And the trust in his shadow did not fail them. By him passing by his shadow, he was chasing out devils. These people had sense to trust the shadow of the anointed. Shadow. Shadow that has no face. Blackness on the ground.
Exactly.
That's why some Christians miss opportunities. You're not supposed to trust anyone. You're not supposed to put your trust in anyone. You're not supposed to... No, come on. Don't be an hermaphrodite. Do you understand? Don't be like that. No. Don't be like that. Don't be that kind of Christian. There are men who can guide you right.
Yes, sir.
Paul says, be imitators of me as I am of Christ. Have you seen Paul?
Not once, sir. Honestly.
Do you know that whatever we're imitating now, we're imitating the dead?
Yeah, exactly.
He's dead and gone. Right?
Yes, sir.
Which Jesus do you believe? The one that was born of a virgin or the one that rose from the dead? So you believe the guy who came from the dead, yet you have not seen him.
Exactly.
Not even the one that was born of a virgin.
We don't even know.
In case you don't know, the one that was born of a virgin, they killed him. He died on the cross a curse. He says, curse is anyone that hangs on the tree. Galatians 3:13. He died a cursed man. Okay. Here, Jesus said, if I bear witness of myself, my witness is not credible. The word true there means credible. You see, Jesus was the person who could show us the different shades of truths. So that you can know where you stand in your life.
Exactly.
He knew this woman morally, there was no, you couldn't say this woman was morally, she had a moral standard. No, the circumstances were not favorable to her maritally. Circumstances were not favorable to her. 5 men and with the 6th guy. And it looks like Jesus was winning her over, and she went to gather the whole city for even Jesus now. Jesus said, Madam, you are credible. Irrespective of what has happened in your life. But we judge people by morality.
Yes.
Jesus acknowledges people, celebrates them, commends them by how credible they are. So it is very possible, therefore, that a man or a woman who is credible can be unfortunate somewhere.
Yes. Yes,
Because she was unfortunate in her marriage. Things didn't work out.
It's true.
And the reason why that was so was because Alitia was missing. That's why we said the truth has not really been told us in the church. We're finding it out now.
Yes, sir.
And the more we find out, the clearer we see.
Yes.
See that? Jesus said, there is another that bears witness of me. And I know that the witness which he beareth is what? True. Alites. All right. Now, there are many scriptures we can give to you on this. Now, a disciple cannot carry alites. It takes a witness.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Notice, witness. Okay. And to be a witness, it is an endowment of the Spirit.
Yes,
We've told you that before.
Yes, sir.
But now, let's show you another true again, another kind of truth.
Oh, I receive.
See that? So the first one was what? Alitia. The second one is what? Alites. So the third one is what now?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. So we told you already knew. We told you already prophetic to know.
I received the Alicia.
All right, go to John chapter 19. John chapter 19, let's look at verses 35. Okay, can you read verses 35? 1, 2, go.
And he that saw it bear record, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that he might believe.
Okay, let's read from verses 33 first, so that you can understand this. Read.
But when they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they brake not his legs. But one of the soldiers with the spear pierced his side, and forthwith came there out blood and water. And he that saw it bear record, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true.
Okay,
And he might believe.
now you see this word true here. It's another Greek word. This time around, it is the word alitinos.
Alitinos.
You see that? Now, alitinos is A-L-E. Accent over the E. T-H-I-N-O-S. A-L-E. Accent over the E. T-H-I-N-O-S. Alitinos. Say alitinos.
Alitinos.
Now, in simple language,
It's simple, sir.
Oh, God.
how many of you agree before this coronavirus broke out in the city of New York, there are some places in the city of New York where somebody from either Sierra Leone or Nigeria or from Ghana or from Zambia or Gabon can stand by the roadside and tell you he's selling a Gucci bag. You understand? The same design. Amen, man.
Honestly.
Yes, sir.
There are some who mistakenly turn the logo upside down, but there are some who
Try to mimic it. It's
who try to replicate exactly.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Please answer now. Now that's even on the streets of Manhattan,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And Gucci is just next door. The real Gucci store.
Walks away.
If they chase them, they will call the police on those guys. Those guys, they will run away.
Yeah, go
So
to the
finally,
park. Yeah.
the city decided to call them and say, you know what? will give you license.
Yes.
Gucci, leave these people alone.
Yeah.
You understand? They are helping the economy of New York City. We're telling you the truth. So even when Gucci officials come with their police, they just bring out their license.
Yes, they even put it on.
And Gucci say, "Who did they make this bag?"
Obviously.
You know it's too loud. You know what you're looking at? You are looking at your logo, and you are helpless.
Yes.
And one guy from Senegal say he cannot speak English very well. They say, what's your name? Veggie whatever. Veggie something. See license. Read it. Yeah, read it.
Yep, it's true.
And the thing now, those people draw a lot of customers. And the New York City official said, look, Gucci, your target market is corporate America, top high-end owners. Those in the, towards the penthouse in the, leave these people alone. Leave passerby alone.
The passerby is another.
Yes.
So you can see a mass transit bus driver, woman, one female mass transit, 59 bus or 25 bus.
Right.
After she parked the car, call the guy, hey,
Yes.
she buys a Gucci bag.
Right.
She's putting it by herself.
Yes.
It looks exactly like Gucci.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But you see, you will not even know that bag is not in Gucci. If the person who is holding that bag tries to reflect, you understand? Because there are some people with good jobs, like those tellers in Chase Bank, Bank of America, and those kind of bags, they need air conditioner.
Right.
Because the more airtight air conditioner, the bag will stand very well.
Yes.
With too much heat, it will start peeling. It can start peeling. There's something we're trying to make you understand. You understand? So that bag works with weather.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's true, sir.
So there's a way somebody who works with Chase Bank, a teller.
Yes, sir.
That's probably under $12 per hour or maybe $15. She still buys that Gucci, and it will still look good because you think that this is the real Gucci. Come on, didn't you see the lapel? Chase Bank, Bank of America, and the office is entering AC, factory fitted. The ventilator, the thing is rushing, and the bag is standing very well. The floor is clean. Come on. That's Gucci. Under AC. Okay. Under that temperature, exactly. That's the word. Under that temperature. So this is a temperature bag. Now, it's possible that a lady who works with Chase Bank, a teller.
Yes.
You understand? Because sometimes when you see a lady who wears a Gucci bag and you look at her,
There's a lot of things.
and then you come to her house, you say no.
There's so many things running in your head.
This one can't buy Gucci bag. Sister.
Yes.
No, where did you really buy this? Hey, I bought it on 2nd Avenue. You know where Gucci store is? We know.
Which one?
Which one? Is it the one that is using license? Or the real store? You understand? Because there are some ladies you can tell this one can't afford it. Although there are some fashion freak.
Yes.
There are some broke and busted ladies who are crazily embalmed.
Yes, it's true.
With an innate desire for designers. So they know they can, the Gucci bag, this kind of bag, one wallet alone is like 2,000. So me carry house rent to go and buy one wallet. Gucci wallet. go punish Gucci. And those guys at Those, do you understand? Those guys from Mali, from Gabon, who are selling this, it's $50. So that you can simply say, come on, how can I give $50? Cool down, man. I'll buy 2 for 50. He said, yes. See Tommy Hilfiger, Tommy Hilfiger. I know what I'm telling you. Because I used to have those kind of people for friends. That's why I know where I'm coming from. That's why I say I'm not a fortunate person. God lifted me up. You understand? So, but you understand what we're saying? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But there is a way.
There's a way.
Let's use that female teller. You know teller, the lady who receives you when you come to make deposits. That's the person we are calling teller.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the lady receives you, but you maybe she wanted to pick sanitizer, because of this coronavirus. After counting your dirty $1 or $1, she brings out the Gucci bag to just let you know, look, I'm not easy here. I have a Gucci bag. So you might mistake that bag and say, man.
That is making it,
And then when you see her fingernails with purple, red, one diamond stud, and she cannot hold the pen very well, she's doing like this. Some people saw the whole pen like this.
Exactly.
Because the thing is extra long. Yeah, the thing is like chuku. We asked one lady I say, you eat paradia, you eat gari. She said, I said, how do you eat it? She said, I do it like this. I eat gari, you cut it like this.
Man, that's nasty.
She said, I make it very, very soft so I can do it. I said, you are drinking pap. Anyway, but that kind of lady, by the teller, you can, like we said, she bought out the Gucci bag. You didn't know where she bought it from. But the Gucci bag is well taken care of. And you can see the lady decent, nice. She can be Nigerian, she can be Spanish, she can be whatever. But, I mean, she's cool. She brought out the hand sanitizer from the Gucci bag. You saw the Gucci logo. You saw the Gucci everywhere around the bag. I mean, this is Gucci. Red, green. This is Gucci. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So now, you may say, this sister.
She got money.
There's an Alitia in this lady.
Yes, sir.
I mean, do you understand? This one has passed poverty level.
Honestly,
To be using a Gucci bag.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I should apply for a job in Chase Bank.
Come to find out.
Quick. Woo.
But those kind of people, let's say, New York here, you have to look very well before you know what is fake from what is genuine. In New York, in New Jersey is better because New Jersey the difference is clear. They pour, you will see it. Even from their sweat, this one is where you carry this one.
It's true.
You understand? This one is a weather beating, poverty crested, syphilis coated person. But you can tell. In New Jersey, you can tell. This one is not easy. This one is. Even the hot dog, you can tell. We told you, some of you, we said the Dunkin' Donuts downtown. It's even from the Dunkin' Donuts in our area. I'm telling you, even the Subway, there's when you can bite one donut.
You know where it came from.
You just know.
I've been there for 2 days. It's so frustrating. Oh my God.
They like to also that this is fresh supply every morning. Okay, so now here's the point. Now, we said all of this so that even as you laugh, you can understand, you can get the picture now. Now, like we said, that kind of lady by the teller, Chase Bank or Bank of America, come on, you fall for her. She has a computer before her. I mean, nice studded fingernails. You understand? Bought that hand sanitizer.
From Bath and Body Works.
Well, it was last year she bought it, but for your sake, like we said, you bought some dirty bills. She has to go. Coronavirus can move from your dollar. So she bought out her Gucci bag. Now, When you look at some of the folks, the reason why we said in New York you can hardly, you have to look carefully to tell the difference.
Yes, sir.
When you look at somebody who comes from the high rise of California, those who live in Los Angeles, do you understand? Even Gucci is like a Savio store next to them. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Gucci is nothing to them.
Nothing.
Do you understand? They can give them anything they want on trust. They know this one will always pay. It's even an insult to ask them when are they going to pay. It's an insult. Do you understand? Those kind of people. There's a way that kind of lady, maybe she came to New York on business and then had to just do some withdrawals. Enters Chase Bank or Bank of America.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And then maybe she's the one behind you. And you are just admiring this lady. See her Gucci bag. You see, man, this your Gucci bag is fine.
It makes sense.
And this lady behind you. And I said, thank you, man. You know, I'm not easy. I don't use cheap quality.
Yeah.
And then this one who came from California, though she's about to make
Transaction.
She now said, let me look at your Gucci bag. And just by looking at it, she said, man, this thing is fake. This is not alitinos. It's not genuine. It's not authentic. That's alitinos.
The real deal.
You know exactly the real deal. So this soldier, this Roman soldier,
Yes, sir.
meanwhile Jesus was introducing alitia.
Yes, sir. Alites.
Alites.
Yes, sir.
The Roman soldier was the first person to introduce this word, alitinos. But he said it when Jesus was already on the cross, had already died. When Jesus died, they thrust his side with spear. Blood and water gushed out. This guy said, this man is authentic. Why? Because to hang on the cross, it will take at least 13 hours to give up the ghost. Jesus died within 6 hours. And this guy used the word. He said, no, this guy is authentic. This man, I don't know who he is, but he's the real deal. But as at this time, it was unfortunate that Jesus never heard him say it. Yet he was by Jesus. You know, sometimes some people don't have the opportunity to say what they should have said to the right people.
Yes.
So the question now, who are you pushing aside right now that you think is damned, is condemned, but that person is the real deal?
Yes, sir.
Alitinos. So this guy is authentic. He's not the $50 Gucci guy.
Right.
He's not the pastor that shouts, yeah, then you give him monkey, you clean his sweat. He says the anointing is boiling. That's why. No. Say this guy is the real deal. Forget it. We already condemned him. It's unfortunate that I finally realized it when he died. He was not a follower of Jesus. Do you understand? This is an outsider. An outsider looking in. Because those inside never saw how authentic Jesus was. They said Jesus had a demon. Jesus said you are a devil too. Do you understand? In John chapter 8, they will curse each other. They were cursing extremely. God punish you. Oh yeah, it will never be well with your mother. Shege, waka, shege. And then they say, did you say Jesus has a demon? Jesus said you are a devil. It's there in John chapter 8. They will be going back and forth. But when he finally died, an outsider said, that man is authentic. That man is authentic. Now, not even Jesus' disciples that Jesus gave his all for.
Yes, sir.
Fed them, took care of them,
Yes.
paid their taxes. Not any of them testified that Jesus was authentic. It was Apostle Peter, after many years Jesus had risen and gone, that he was not trying to show himself to Cornelius. While he was still talking, the Holy Ghost fell. Bam. The Holy Ghost just shut him up. He's trying to talk about how rich Jesus was. A Roman soldier.
Yes, sir.
Who was not a follower of Jesus, who never heard Jesus' sermon one day. But when he saw that even when Jesus died, something happened with his body, he said, this man is authentic. This man is an authentic human being. We are not. This man is authentic. Alitinos. Say, this guy is of a superior quality. Yes. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because Somebody took time to make that Gucci bag that was sold for $50 on the street.
Yes.
Do you know how much they pay to get that license to hawk those bags on the street? They pay a lot.
It's true.
So you telling them this thing is not fake. No, only Gucci can tell them it is not fake. Not you who wants to buy the bag. So say, I'm not interested. Then shut up.
That's it.
Just shut up and pass.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Just shut up and pass.
Yes.
See here now, here we see something here that is being talked about. This man testified of the blessed Jesus, the man of God, that he's authentic. Right. Now, if this is the testimony of a Roman soldier, yeah, we don't know whether he still went to heaven or not. Then the question is, can outsiders really say from a distance, even in your despicable, pitiable condition, damned circumstance, can they still say you're authentic?
Yes.
I receive.
Yes.
Because Jesus was not even in the best season of his life. He was in the worst condition, already condemned.
Yes.
And the Bible says, being on the cross, he was a curse. Yet, a Roman soldier says he's authentic. They're a curse, but that guy is authentic.
Yes.
So the question is, who have you married that looks authentic, but was it? You understand? Who did you bring into your business as a business partner that looks authentic and is not? See that?
Yes, sir.
Don't trust anybody now because you are not authentic.
Exactly.
You are not authentic.
I know.
We don't know who is who now, who is a human being now, but also you thought on fallen angels. You are one of them. That's why you are concerned.
Right.
Because you are one of them. Because you always attract your kind. Deep collect them too deep. No. The thing is not about others. It's you. What can outsiders? Now, here, in this matter, we're not talking about what you said about yourself. Because Jesus said if you say it about yourself, then there is no credibility. Now, this time around, it's not even a witness talking about you. An outsider, one who is not following you, but sees you and say, no, this guy is authentic. It's like you coming to marry a lady in a family. The family is trying to, they say they want to drill you, this and that. Then one foley, who is a member of that family, maybe drunk. You know, when they are drunk, they can see. See, man, but that stop asking him this stupid question. This guy is for real.
Yes, it's true.
So why should we listen to you? You this drunk? He say, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When I seek for people, I know.
Yes. Yes.
This one is for real.
Yes, sir. I'll take it.
That means this guy is what? Alitinos. Is of a genuine quality.
Of a genuine quality.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I receive.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
You see, Jesus lived a life where he had to be the one commending people.
Yes.
He commended the woman. He said, you are credible. The woman by the well. Right? He commended John the Baptist.
Yes, sir.
He said John the Baptist was more than a prophet. Right?
Sir.
Commended the lady who broke the alabaster box on him. Right? Do you know, apart from all these people, no one.
Oh, even his followers.
None of his followers, none of his disciples ever commended him. It took one who was meeting Jesus for the first time in death to say, this man is authentic. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about him, but I see authenticity. This guy is very authentic. It's just unfortunate he's already dead. So, who have you lost already that you still think has faults? Because Jesus had a lot of faults here.
Right.
There were a lot of faults. So, Jesus, you are very authentic and you are crying. Let this cup pass from me. Praying. Jesus, you are really credible. Pontius Pilate knew. See, all Pontius Pilate saw in Jesus was he's not guilty.
Right.
Now, a soldier under Pontius Pilate saw beyond that.
Yes.
He said, this man is authentic.
Yes, sir.
Yet he was not following Jesus. Can a witch? Now, don't forget, the guy who did this was the one who pierced his side.
Yes.
The guy who did it.
Yes.
He said, no, this man is authentic.
Yes.
You know, can a witch who is even attacking you say,
I receive.
This person is too much.
I receive it. Yes, sir.
Which
Yes, sir.
when Marie Spirit said no.
Yes, sir.
Marie Spirit had to even use Reverend Callistus to talk. Yay! This person is don't touch him.
Receive it.
Is that what Gamaliel said when they apprehended Apostle Peter and John? Gamaliel said, "These men, let's leave them.
Yes.
Let's be careful how we deal with them. If they are fake, what happened to a social person will happen again. But if they are of God, we might be fighting God. Let's just leave them, because if it is God that is behind them, this thing has come to stay." That means he said, these men, they carry what? Authenticity. Yet Gamaliel, who trained Paul, was not a follower of the apostles. So here we are looking at, this is the summit of credibility.
Yes, sir.
Not when God speaks volumes of you. It is when even outsiders, those who don't even come to your church, your neighbors or those around you, say, "Man, this person is authentic."
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Wow. Right.
Not because of the clothes you wear, how nice you wear. Jesus was wearing small, you painted the picture. One small boxers like this, one small wrapper like this. The others, with 6 packs that have been wounded, busted. They busted all the packs. The cheekbone is choking out. You ready? He said, "This is Alitinos.
This is Allison Knowles.
This guy is credible."
He's very credible.
Ah, man, the guy said, "Man, we did a bad thing, man." Now, you see, brothers and sisters, if you don't have anything in your life to pursue this.
Yes, sir.
Where people can see you and say,
I receive.
"This person is genuine." Not because of what you said, not because they heard you preach, not because they just look at this and this person is genuine. There's something about this person.
Right.
This person, you are for real. I can't explain it to you. I just know you are real. You are for real.
Right. I receive.
It's not that, there's a face cap people wear. Real men love Jesus and all those things. That's rubbish. Real men love Jesus. Can't sit down. Real men love Jesus. Go and sit down. Your grandmother can tell you that it's not true. Let's see another scripture that carries this, right?
Yes, sir.
1 John chapter 5. Let's read something in verses 20. We'll give you 2 more scriptures, then we'll dismiss for today. Alright. Listen to that lesson on fallen angels. Alright? You'll be blessed. Don't say, "Oh, it's too long." No, just take time and listen. You need it to. You say, "This person is authentic." Let's read verses 20. 1 John chapter 5 verses 20. Let's read. 1, 2, go.
And we know that the Son of God is come, and has given us understanding, that we may know him that is true, and we are him that is true, even his Son of Jesus Christ. This is true love and eternal life.
All the words here. True.
Yes.
Alitinos. He said God is the genuine. So John is acknowledging there are other gods,
Yes.
but the genuine one
Yes, sir.
is the one that Jesus himself
Yes, sir.
is serving.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And Jesus is genuine, is authentic. So you see here, he's giving you the basis of knowing the one to follow. Here he's not looking at moral disposition. He's not looking at character. Here he's not looking at Jesus. Would you call Jesus a role model on the cross? No, that's not somebody to look at as a role model.
No.
The Bible actually said he was already a curse.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Somebody see you've started again. Jesus is my role model. Okay. What we want to even tell you here is the fact that here Jesus is acknowledging here that, and John is acknowledging here that the Jesus I'm telling you about, he's talking to his new converts.
Right.
He says the Jesus I'm introducing to you these new converts, is the authentic one.
Yes, sir.
But where did he first hear that word? John, who is talking here, he was the only apostle of Jesus that was by the cross. Remember, Jesus was on the cross and handed over his mother to John. So where did he first hear the word alitinos? From a Roman soldier.
Yes, sir.
When he heard it, he took a hold of it. Say it's true. It's true, really. Jesus was authentic.
Wow.
And we can understand why. Because his God is authentic.
Yes, sir.
So you see, it was easy for us to trust him. But what did the Roman soldier see?
Yes.
Jesus, like we said, Jesus was not in his best robes. See, that's why we said, some people say, when I see Jesus, I will hug him, I'll tell him how much I love him, and all that. Did you ever read Isaiah say, when you even see him, there's no beauty to be desired of him? Right?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you read it in context, you'll notice, if you trace it, going by what traditional Christianity teaches us, that he was talking about Jesus. If you read it in context, he was talking about the guy that was already hanging. Do you understand?
Yes.
So he already was in a condition that no one would ever desire him.
Yes.
Yet a Roman soldier said, this guy is authentic.
Yes, sir.
Men don't want him, but this guy is authentic.
Oh, God.
So why do we kill authentic men?
Oh, God.
Why do we destroy authentic women? People who are for real. But just because they didn't measure up to what we expected them,
Yes.
as though you are the one defining the
The
terms.
standards. Exactly, sir. Tell us.
See. That's why sometimes we lose those who can help us.
It's true. It's so true.
The first time we heard Dr. Krefudola preach one time, he said something, and it got to me. Then I used to work in the bank back in Nigeria. And he was preaching, and he stopped. He looked at somebody, said, he now used that expression, shh. He said, shh, I'm a good friend. I can be loyal, I can be trusted. And if you miss me, if you lose me for a friend, you have lost a lot. Right. And I said, man, how can a man be that bold to talk this way? Dr. Krefudola. I said, why will he? I finally realized, man, I'm that way too. Quite frankly, you can trust me. Exactly. But I've had people that did me strong thing. I trusted them, they did me shaky. But guess what? In spite of, I thank God for the way God has made me. I really thank God. Do you know, I've had experiences with friends, at least people I call friends, who have done me bad things, right? Even conversations that I had. Hey, he said this, he said that. But do you know, to this day, the things they told me, I've never opened my mouth to say it. And I will never do it. I've never, before God, I've never opened my mouth to say, because they said this, this is what they said. Never. To this day. And I thank God, God has helped me never to be like that. Even if you do it to me now, you will not hear me say, you told me this. Now, have I ever been pushed to the point that I may want to open my mouth? Yes. But something holds me back.
Exactly. That's a good treat.
You understand? I can be very angry, no doubt. I like this person. Even what I told you in confidence, he said it. But in spite of that, I still will not open my mouth to say, what you told me, I will say it. Exactly. And I thank God for that. Yes. And I know God will help me all the way.
Amen.
Yes.
Now, such a person, would you say that kind of person, that you told something, is authentic?
No.
When they come out to come and say everything. See me. So Dr. Krefudola was preaching. He said, I can be trusted. I'm a good friend. If you lose me for a friend, you have lost a great deal. You see, listen, let's say something. One of the ways to let you know your level, where you are, is who you have for friends. Do you even have someone who is better than you, far better than you for a friend, that can really talk with you and be free to talk with you? Who do you really have that is far better than you by all ramifications, yet comfortable to talk to you? And to you still see it as a privilege to hear the person talk. Do you have such? If you don't, then you are not authentic. Where the one who is far above you, instead of talking to people in their own leagues, can look beneath and see you and still talk with you. That was why God raised up Joshua. Because Moses, the only human being he could really talk to, pour his heart to, was Joshua. Somebody else's child. Not even his own brother Aaron.
Yes, sir.
Not even his own sister.
Yes, sir.
That's why the Lord now came to Joshua and said, I had no plan for you, but I will use you because Moses recommended you.
Yes, sir.
And the only way I will use you is if you still choose to continue to do all God that I instructed Moses to do. I'm not coming to tell you something new. I'm not coming to give you new ideas. Just continue with what I told Moses to do.
Yes, sir.
All the secrets, everything, his emotions that he expressed to you, live in it. That's the only way I'll be with you.
Yes, sir.
Some people, do you know God has already left them a long time ago?
Yes, sir.
A long time ago. They still think God is with them. God, go to Joshua chapter 1. You read it.
Yes, sir.
You read it. God said to Joshua, the only way I'll be with you is if you continue with what Moses, your master, commanded. That's the only way. So which means if you don't, I will leave you alone. I told, Lord, Moses is gone now. Let's have a new deal. Let's start afresh. God said, there's no starting afresh. I had no plan for you. It was just what Moses could not finish that you will finish. And when Joshua was very old, God came to Joshua. He said, Joshua, there are more lands to conquer, but you are too old. Kai. And guess what? God must have reported him to Moses. So can you imagine that your Joshua old age conquered him?
Never.
There were greater victories I was going to give him old age. Now, God, can't you make him young? God said no. Initially, I never had a plan for him. Meanwhile, Moses died strong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Moses said, I just started.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
true.
Joshua, God came to him and said, Joshua, you are too old.
No way.
God mocked his old age. Father, please have mercy upon me. Father, please do not mock my age. God mocked him.
Yes, sir.
So imagine if Joshua was having a birthday party. God will come and say, you are celebrating birthday party. Look at you. Hey, you are putting your destiny. See lands to conquer. See lands to conquer. God told him, he said, there are lands to conquer. Lands.
Lands.
You are still praying that you should have rent for apartment 2B. 2B. Apartment 2B. And somebody is living next door, 2A. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If the woman is cutting tomatoes, you'll be hearing it in your own bedroom in 2B.
Yes.
I've lived in that kind of apartment before. Read. Let's read quickly, then we'll dismiss. 1, 2, go.
Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister.
You see that Moses' servant.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
He was not the minister of God, he was Moses' minister.
Yes.
Read, this is Joshua talking. He's writing this of himself. See what God told him. Read it. Read.
Moses, my servant, is dead.
Hey, isn't that touch? Painful. Because your master is dead. Ash. Lord, please say it in a nice way. God, let me just tell you. He's dead. You can't beat me. Let's read. Let's read.
Therefore arise, go over the Jordan, thou and all these people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your feet shall tread upon, that I have given unto you, as I said unto Moses, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Israelites, unto the great sea, to the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not fail you, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage, for all this people shall divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee.
You see that?
Turn not from
Turn not from what?
from me to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
See that? Go to verses 9. Read.
Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
The only way I'll be with you is if you don't deviate to the right or to the left, what I commanded Moses. Right? This is Joshua chapter 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 40 years later, chapter 13. Chapter 13 is about 40 years later. Read verses 1. That's where we'll close. Read verses 1. 1, 2, go.
Now Joshua was old and stricken in years,
And the Lord said unto him, Thou art old and stricken in years, and there remaineth yet very much land to be possessed. Nice way to say it.
God said you are stricken. Your old age is very pathetic. Kai. God, that's the same God we're still serving. Don't let God mock your old age. Say, Lord, please do not mock my age.
Do not mock my age.
Do not mock my age.
Lord, please do not mock my age.
Meanwhile, the same God told the children of Israel, when you see the gray heads, stand up and honor them.
Yes.
Yeah, that same gray hair, God mocked them. Because, hey, Joshua, what kind of thing? So are they going to take you to old people's home? The same Dr. Crefudella, one day his children threatened him that they were going to take him to an old people's home. He said, I will shoot all your foot. So I'll say, you take me to old people's home. And I laughed. Then, oh man, he was teasing actually. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, in case you don't know, I don't know what your children are already planning
They don't know.
for you, because when they meet, when you see them just meet and they are talking, when they see you come, they what are they planning? So I said, but as he said, we should shoot them in the foot.
Amen.
But I'm a success forevermore, and I'm prosperous forevermore. The Lord will never mock my age. Even in old age, the Lord will never mock it. Notice, he said, there's so much to possess. So much to possess. So much to possess. And guess what? It still has not changed. Since then till now, there's still so much to possess. The land is big before us. You can own this land. It's for sale. We own it. That's the truth. So if you are waiting to die and go to heaven, God is not even excited that Joshua was probably thinking, now that I'm old, I'll just die and come to heaven. God says, stop it. Where are you coming to? When there are still lands to possess. Where are you coming? Here? Which one are you coming to possess here? Possess the land. So say no. They told me I have 2 weeks to leave. So he say, so sister, you are not going to pay the next mortgage. Say, I don't need to pay the next month. It's 2 weeks to leave. God says, even if you want to die, even if you have 1 day to live, still pay. Come on, man. So you died owing. How can you die owing? Say because there's a mansion there. You don't know you pay there.
Exactly. I paid that mansion too. Heaven ain't free.
Maybe Abraham can give you his BQ, his boss quarters. I say, okay. Some were under the altar, so he tried to. Otherwise, you go and sleep in church, in heaven. The temple in heaven, under the altar.
Oh no, with the crying.
I will never be small in my life. I will never fail in my life. Talk to the Lord. Stand to your feet. Talk to the Lord. I will never be small in my life. I will never fail in my life. The time to rule has come. We have taken over. The time to rule has come. We have taken over. The time to rule has come. We have taken over. The time to rule has come. We have taken over. The time to rule has come. We have taken over. The time to rule has come. Le soto pradia kusha pratis. Radabalete. Zile ketea. The time to rule has come. We have taken over. 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 It's my time. It's my turn. It's a new beginning. Greater grace. Greater victories. Greater grace. Greater victories. Greater grace. Greater victories. Greater grace. Greater victories. More lands to conquer. More dominion to possess. More kingdoms to rule. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm authentic. I'm authentic. And I'm credible. I'm authentic. Rasoto Brede, Vitalia Kusa Pratis, Redebos, Saka Patayas. I am authentic. I am genuine. I am credible. Rete pekoso prakataya. Le pakasa pale bakurugutu breketia. Ibaso